Hello everybody, my name is Amy and this is my channel snowcanyonstitcher, where I share my cross stitch works in progress and I talk a little bit about quilting and sometimes knitting. And starting today, I'm going to start talking about junk journaling because I did a little bit of that this past week. Thank you for joining me. Thanks to everyone, my subscribers, for returning and joining me today. I really appreciate you guys and look forward to doing my video each week. I love your comments and your suggestions and just really appreciate you all. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. Maybe you'll consider subscribing. I try to do a video each week just to share my updates on my works in progress, and sometimes every now and then I have a finish, so that's always fun. This week I have a couple, I think there's a couple new starts and just some progress on ongoing whips. I don't think any of them are near finish. I've been working on a sow, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but today we also announced the winner of the project bundle for March, winner. So we have that, and so we'll just get right into it. I think most of the part, I think I'm organized. I don't have any finishes, so I'm just gonna get right into the whips. And this week I don't have my microphone on my desk, I'm using my phone. So I don't have to worry about that, but thanks everybody for letting me know that it wasn't too bad, and some of you said that you didn't even hear it, so I'm grateful for that. The first whip that I'm going to share with you is my Flowers and Bee Cell by Doreen Jones Cross Stitch. It's a free pattern, and we started this out in January. It has, and I said before, I was wrong, I'm making a correction. I said there was 13 parts to this sow, but there's actually 10. So not as many, and this is week 7. She just released part 7 yesterday. So we only have 3 more parts and we're done. So I didn't get quite finished with last week's, but this is part 7 here. And I did get all of 6 finished and nearly all of 7 finished there at the bottom. I think I still have, I have the stems to the flowers that come from the bottom to the top. And then I think I have a little bit more to put in these side borders inside the box. And so yeah, it is just about done. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was trying to think if there was anything I needed to mention about it. I think that's pretty much everything. I did have to take out my stitching. I would have had it done, but I had to take stitching out, which is always a given with me. I'll tell you what, my husband and I started watching, I'm a Walking Dead series fan. It ranks pretty close up to Vampire Diaries, so I've watched that series like 4 or 5 times, but I enjoyed watching Walking Dead. And so this week my husband and I started watching the series. Was it this week? I think it was, maybe it was last week. I can't remember. Yeah, it was last week. We're in season 3 now, watching the fear of the Walking Dead. And I used to see that series and I think, well, I don't want to watch that. It's probably not that good, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. You know, with the Walking Dead series, it seems like they kill off characters and you're not expecting it, and that's kind of a downer, but you just have to keep going just to see, you know, how everything's going to work out for everybody. But I make a lot of mistakes when I'm stitching and watching that. So I'm going to blame that series for the mistakes I made in this one this week, but it's all good. All I have to do is just finish up those stems, and then I'll start week 7, part 7 tonight probably, and hopefully get that done. And then like I said, there's only 3 more parts and we are finished with that sale. But you can still stitch the pattern. It's a free pattern. I'll leave a link to her Facebook page where she releases the different parts each week if you're interested in doing that pattern, cross stitching that pattern. So I had a couple of new starts this week, and I had shared, I forgot to get the photo cover. Where is that down? I have it right here. I seriously have got to get organized, you guys. My sewing room is a mess. But everything's combined. I'm actually thinking maybe I should have my cross stitch and everything in a different room. That would be nice, right? Everything is just kind of mixed together. But I had a new start this week, and I shared this pattern that I had purchased, the golden pheasant. So I did start on that this week. I had purchased 20 count Zweigart from 123 Stitch, and I love this fabric, you guys. Oh, I absolutely love stitching on this. This linen is, it's got a little bit of sturdiness to it, but I was thinking when I was stitching on it, it's kind of like stitching on paper. It has that thickness. With the other Aida, like when I buy Aida and I color it, like this is on Aida or even weave. I think this is, I don't remember what count this is, but it's a little bit thicker when you're stitching on it. This is so lightweight. I love it. But this is my start. And what I had done is I used the cross stitch calculator before I start stitching on something, and I always mark the center so that I have a general idea of where I'm going to start. But this time, for some reason, I thought, oh, I'll start down in the corner. And I was way off, so I went ahead and started up here at the top. Not at the top, in the center. And so I worked my way down to the leaf because that's where I wanted to start. So I really, really love this pattern. It has a lot of different colors to it, but I love stitching on this Aida. Definitely going to buy more. This is some of the colors. It's kind of junky. And I haven't cut all of them, but it has 47 different colors of DMC, and this is some of the colors. But that's not all of them. Here are some more, and this is just kind of like in my little stitch thing, but there's a whole bunch of other colors. It's so vibrant, so pretty. I love this pattern. I'll show you a picture again. But I did get a start on that, and I feel like I made pretty good progress with it. This will be an ongoing whip for sure. Let's see, does it have the stitch count on the front? It doesn't. I meant to get that so you guys would know what the stitch count is. Next week I'll share the stitch count on that one. But I bought it's a PDF download. I bought it on Etsy a couple weeks ago, so I will leave a link in the description if you're interested in stitching on that. So that was a lot of fun, and stitching on this 20 count makes it even better. Another start that I had this week was I started on Sarah Jackson. I've had this pattern for almost a year now. I've had the fabric, I've had the floss. I just couldn't seem to get started, but I did get started this week. So it's a small start. But take my needle out. I'm stitching this on sterling, and it is 32 count. Oh, not sterling, pewter by Picture This Plus, and that's my start. And I'm using all the called for flosses, and this is fun. This is a fun stitch. And so I am looking forward to working on that again this coming week. Another sampler in my whip pile. So we were talking about, last week I had mentioned doing a stitch along with you guys if you're interested. And I was looking for a pattern. I was thinking about doing, Doreen Jones had released a new pattern last week. But I felt like maybe something, well, it was a spring pattern, but I've been watching Misty Purcell's patterns. And she released Gathering Clover. And I really love this pattern. I've been wanting to stitch it for a little while now. So this is a PDF download. You go to her website and you can purchase the PDF download. And I will leave a link in the description below. If you're interested in joining along, I was gonna wait until I finished the Doreen Jones cross stitch. St. Patrick's Day is the 17th. So I think it's probably a good idea just to go ahead and get started on that. And I know I have a piece of linen that I was going to use. And I forgot to get that before I started, but I'm just using like a neutral color. It calls for, you may have it in your stash. I'm still working on building my stash, so. But the model is stitched on doubloon. Picture this plus doubloon, or vintage country mocha. And a lot of times we have that in our stash. The vintage country mocha is kind of a staple. But it is stitched on 32 count. So we can use the hashtag Gathering Clover. Oh, that's the name of the pattern, sorry. Gathering Clover by Misty Luminous Fiber Arts. And we can use the hashtag Gathering Clover Sal. I went over to Instagram, keyed that in, and hasn't been used yet. So that's the one I'll use. And we can share our progress there. And someone had mentioned that, Teresa had mentioned that maybe we could do a live get together. So I think I've never done a live video before. So I will work on that this week. I will research it, figure out how it's done, and then share that with you guys next week. But if you want to go ahead and get the download, it calls for using DMC. It's 76 by 76, so I was thinking that's a fairly small pattern, nothing too what is the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but it's daunting or time consuming. And I guess the sal will go for however long. There's no deadline. And it calls for DMC 520 or 3362. So I went ahead and I picked up, I'm gonna do mine with 520. So, for sure. And I think that's a really pretty green. So if you're interested in joining the sal or stitching along, you can find us over on Instagram, under Gathering Clover Sal, S-A-L. Okay, so there's that one. This is the first time I've ever started a sal, so it was pretty exciting. Thank you, Teresa, for the idea for that. So I have some quilting that I'd like to share. I decided that I wouldn't do the log cabin quilt for my brother. Instead, I'm doing a 9-patch on point. And also I started some junk journaling this week, and I just have a little bit of haul that I wanted to share that I picked up today. But first, I want to announce the project bag bundle winner for March. So let's do that here. Hello everybody, it's time to do our random comment picker for the winner of the March project bag bundle. I have the URL in the space. We're going to filter our comments based on the specific text of March. Okay, we'll grab our comments. We have 18 commenters this week. All right, now we just need to start our raffle. Good luck, everybody. Gracie Robles Cross Therapy. Congratulations. I hope I said that right. Gracie says, beautiful finish. I did not notice the noise, and I enjoy your beautiful stitching and love the animals in your bag. March. Thank you, Gracie. I was a little worried last week that I'd made a lot of noise because my microphone was on my desk. But congratulations. If you will send me your information to the email in the description box, I will get those bags in the mail right away. Alrighty. Thanks everybody for participating. So congratulations, Gracie, on winning the March project bag bundle. If you will send me your information to the email in the description below, I will get these in the mail out to you. I don't know, right away. So thanks everybody for participating. I wanted to mention, so I noticed that a lot of times my videos will get like at least 100, sometimes almost 200 views, but I don't think I've made it over like 50 thumbs up. So I think what I'm gonna do is every video, every Flosstube video that I do, if I get at least 100 thumbs up on that video, I will do another giveaway. I will do another project bag, not bundle, but a project bag, just the 13 by 11 project bag giveaway the next week. So if you can think of it, and if you can, I know sometimes I like to watch Flosstube on my TV, so it's not as easy to give somebody a thumbs up. But I'm just saying, if my video gets 100 thumbs up, I will do a giveaway the next week. That's what any future video that I do, until I notify you that I'm not gonna do it anymore. So so it's ongoing. All right, so I thought I'd share that. That's a little bit of fun stuff there. Okay, so that's everything pertaining to, actually, there's something else I wanted to share. Yeah, so that's not really cross stitch, that's wool applique. So that's everything pertaining to cross stitch. So I'm just going to be sharing a little bit about my quilting and just some haul that I picked up for junk journaling today, and also some wool applique that I did this week. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not interested in that, you may want to wait till next week for my next video. So, but thanks for watching. The first thing, so I love applique. I've done some applique on quilting, but I really have I've watched several Flosstubers who do wool applique, and just been craving to do it for a long time. And so this week I did my first wool applique. Well, is it my first? I've probably done it before, but this is the first time I've ever created my own pattern and did the stitching myself. And I even colored the wool. This is actually felt wool. The background is felt wool that I got from Joann's, but I did color it, and I colored this part here. And so I just did some clovers, and this is going to be like a needle book. Actually, I was thinking more like a floss keeper for cross stitching, so it's kind of cross stitch related. But I embroidered top of the day, and then I'm thinking about putting 2U here, and then this will be the inside, and I'll just put a couple of snaps on each end so I can close it up. But I'm going to use it for like a floss keeper. But yeah, just I had a lot of fun with this and I love it. I'm addicted now. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And I had been working, so I've had this little saga go on about making a quilt for my brother, and I was gonna do a log cabin, and then I spent like an entire week switching out the center block, and then I didn't get a chance to go back to the quilt store to get more of this fabric, because I was thinking about doing the log cabin out of this fabric. So I just decided that I would go ahead with the original fabric that I purchased to make him a quilt, and I would make a 9 patch on point. So on point means that you're just taking your square that you build and you're just kind of rotating it so that the block ends up on point. And so it will go, so I made this color combination, and then I have a block that I made with the darker fabrics. And so what I'll end up doing is, once I get all the squares made, I will put them together like this, sew them together. And so so far I've been able to get, well, let's see, this is 14, so there's 7 of each of these. And then this week I worked on another set of 7 each. And so I have the darker ones done. They just need to be ironed. I have those all put together, and I'm still putting the corners on the rest of these. So this is what the square looks like before you put the quilting corner on it. Got one here. And so this little square, this triangle, keep calling it a square, this triangle goes here, and then you sew another triangle here, and then here, and then here, and then it ends up looking like this one. So that's what I did. I gotta get that string out of the way. So that's what I worked on this week, building another set of 7. I could do more, but there's other things that get in the way, and so, but I keep it by my machine so that if I do have some spare time, I can just sit down and put those together. So that's a lot of fun, and I think you'll enjoy it. I do enjoy making log cabin, but I just didn't get a chance to get down there and get some more of the fabric. So I know I want to get it done soon and get that to him. So so this past week I made a journal, a junk journal cover. I watched someone on YouTube, and I watched a lot of people on YouTube this past week for junk journaling, but I wanted to share that with you. So I'm gonna go get that cover right quick. I left it upstairs. I was showing my husband, so I'm gonna go grab that right quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So tomorrow my daughter is celebrating her birthday, and she was upstairs trying on a green wig on her dad that she's planning on wearing. Her and her friends are having a get together tonight, and each person, I'm kind of out of breath because I had to go up down the stairs, but each one of her friends chose a color that they're going to dress up in, and hers is green, and so she purchased a green wig to wear, and she was trying it on my husband. It was so funny. Oh, but this is the journal cover that I made, and this is just some fabric that I had left over from making project bags for my shop. It's like a moth. Do I still have it up there? Yeah, there's, let me turn it to the side so you can see there's panels that came with the fabric, and then there's different fabrics that go with it. But I watched a YouTube tutorial on how to make the cover for your junk journal, and I made that this week. And then I put this, one of the things is a lot of times when I buy fabric, I fall in love with it and I make project bags and put them in my shop, and then I may just have a little piece left over. but I love the fabric so much that I would like to, you know, keep something from it. So this was a panel that came with, I have another, this was last year's some spring fabric, and I had just enough left over that it had some of these panels left, and I just knew there was something that I would want to do with these, and so I just decided I was just experimenting, and I just did a little bit of Mod Podge over it and stuck it to the outside of the journal. But that's one of the things that I would like to keep in this journal. It's just favorite pieces of fabric, and just kind of like journal that. But some of the things that I got today, I actually wanted to get some punches that do the decorative corners on cards, but Joann's or Michael's, neither one had them, so I'm probably gonna have to order them from online. But it's a whole new world, and I'm learning, you know, what's out there. But I did get some of these little gold corners, just so that I could, like, for instance, this one, I can put the little gold corners over it and decorate it. And some people put lace, and they have pockets on the inside, but this is just my very first go at it, and I'm still learning. And I bought this, so these are, I got these at Joann's. These are stamps, rubber stamps that you can use, and then it comes with a cutout for like a, I think it's called, it's kind of like an embossing folder, but it cuts this shape out so that you can make your own butterflies. So if you want to do 3D on a card, you can do that. So that's really fun. And then I also picked up some paper, because I just didn't, I had some there for a while that I was making floss drops out of, and I just didn't have a real big selection of paper. So I picked it. Joann's always runs these sales where they have these big books at 50% off, and they were on sale today, so I picked up this one. And I just need to take these plastic tabs off so we can open it up and look at some of the pages that are in there. So what you do is, when you get your journal cover made, then you can make your individual pages to fit in there. And so this is some of the papers that were in the book that I got today. I don't know how I can show this, but there's quite a few beautiful papers in here that I plan on making pages in this journal with. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm excited about my new journey with this craft. Yeah, so I bought some more floss for my Doreen Jones cross stitch, because I was running a little bit low. But I picked up some more cardstock. This was on the clearance at Joann's. It's 110 pound. These work really good for floss drops, and I like to cut those out on my Cricut. So, but that was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to this week, because I plan on going ahead and doing some more decorating on my journal folder, and just increasing in my my knowledge on how to do this. So I just wanted to share that. It was a lot of fun, and you know, journaling however you want to do it, right? I know it's good to keep a journal, and I'm not real good at writing lengthy entries in a journal, that kind of journaling, but just a thought or something, you know, I think that's the best kind of journaling for me. So I just thought I would share that, and maybe you guys would be interested in it too. Maybe some of you guys already do that, and maybe you have some suggestions on some companies that carry different things that would be fun. So, but that's about everything I have today. I hope everybody had a good week last week, and I hope this coming week you have a good week, and that you get some good stitching time in, that you stay well, and that you be safe. And I will see you guys again in my next video. Remember, if we get my video up to 100 likes, I will do another giveaway. project bag giveaway. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching me today, and I will see you guys again in my next video. All right, see you later. Thank you.